Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of BTV, that is Brickman TV. And our topic today, it is the process of title deed transfer. And on the show today, I am with Dr. Mercy Mberia, a lawyer of High Court, all the way from K. Mberia Advocates. Dr. Mercy, kindly say hi to the viewers.
Hi everyone. Welcome, Banakida.
Thank you.
To our offices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're welcome. So, Dr. Mercy, due to time factor, kindly take us through what are some of the types of title deeds that we have in Kenya.
Okay. Now, in Kenya, before the law changed, we had different regimes. We call them regimes.
Okay.
So, we usually had so many titles. In fact, I came with samples so that our viewers can be able to see for themselves. Some people come to us and tell us, I'm holding a booklet. Is this a title or is it an agreement? Now, this is called a conveyance. Title. And it has a deed plan. It should have a deed plan like this one attached to it. This one used to be given under the law we used to call the Government Lands Act. But it was repealed. I'll tell you by which law. So this, if you have this one, this is a title deed. It's a conveyance title. Secondly, the other title, others tell me, I have a booklet, written lease here. Is it for maybe a bungalow or a mansionette or an apartment? This is also a title. This one was being given under the Registration of Titles Act, but it was also repealed. So if you have a booklet like this, it is also a title. Then we have something like this. It has a red seal, or currently they don't put anymore. It may not have. It is called a certificate of title.
Certificates
of title. Now, a certificate of title currently can be given either for freehold land, which is agricultural land, or leasehold land. So you can get this for agricultural land or a leasehold land. Now, this one was being governed by the Registration of Titles Act before, but currently we have two laws, the Land Registration Act and the Land Act. So all the titles or all the land regimes now are governed by the two laws, the Land Registration Act and the Land Act. Those laws were enacted in 2012. So they came to repeal the laws which were there a long time ago. The 1980s, those laws were repealed by the 2012 laws. So you may have this one. This is a title. It has a deed plan also. So these are titles. Now, we come to another one called a certificate of lease. Now, this is given for leasehold land. When government gives you a lease of the land for 99 years or for 50 years, you'll be given a certificate of lease. And the common is usually 99 years. Yes. So you'll be given a certificate of lease for that 99 years. So if you have a certificate of lease, it is a title. The most common, which everyone knows, is a title deed. Everyone knows that, I need to have a title deed for me to have a title. This is also given mostly for agricultural properties. It's given a title deed. So this one was also being issued under the repealed law. We call it the Register and Land Act. But currently it's the Land Registration Act and the Land Act of 2012. So most people know this is a title, Mr. Gidai. But all the others are also titles. So if you have any of the other titles are shown, it's still a title, and it is valid in Kenya. Yes.
So I remember my grandfather used to have the booklet, and I was like, is this a title deed?
Yes, it is.
So it is.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So what are some of the documents that a client should have for a title deed process to go through smoothly?
For one to have to transfer their land, first, of course, they need to have agreed with the buyer-seller. They sign the transfer documents. After they sign the transfer documents, the seller of the land needs to obtain something we call the Land Control Board consent.
Consent.
Yes, the LCB consent.
Okay.
So it is the responsibility of the seller to apply for the Land Control Board consent at the land board. If the land is in Kiambu, then you need to apply. Look for your relevant board. Where does the board sit?
Okay.
Then apply for the land board. Once the land board is out, so you have the land board, you have the signed transfers. Now take them to the land's office for a process we call valuation. So the only document you require is the Land Control Board consent, the signed transfers, and of course the identification documents, the IDs, the PIN, the passports. Those ones you require them.
Wow.
Yes, those are the documents you require. Yeah, for you to submit the documents to lands.
That's good. We had a question last week from a client who is a foreigner. And the client asked, can a foreigner own a land in Kenya?
Yes. Foreigners, under the Constitution of Kenya, foreigners can own leasehold titles. The titles I showed you, the certificate of lease or the certificate of title, but under the leasehold, they can own land. The law allows that the foreigners can own land in Kenya.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That means in Kenya we allow everyone to own a land.
Yes.
And anyone can own a land in Kenya.
Yes.
So that's good. So going to another question, would you kindly now step by step take us through? After now I have the document with me, I have the identification documents, I have the consent, I have all those documents that you mentioned that are required.
Yes.
So from there now, me as a client, so is there anything that is required of me? Like mostly Brickman, we are a company now, So client anakujanga, signs the document and then anaacha hapo and then
that's why we usually say engage a lawyer. That's our work now.
Wow.
To do the transfer. Now the process is once you have the signed transfer, you have the consent from the land board and the identification document, ID, PIN, passport photos. We submit those documents for valuation.
Okay.
Now we do a process called valuation so that we can ascertain the stamp duty payable on that transfer.
Okay.
Once the valuation is done by the government valuer, then we pay stamp duty.
Okay.
After we pay the stamp duty, then we stamp the documents, then we submit them for now registration so that that title is cancelled if it's a title deed and another title now is processed in the name of the purchaser.
Wow.
Yes.
Their clients you normally meet at the office and you find they're expecting the moment they buy the land, they expect to go home with the title. But there is a process of transferring the name now from the company's name to the client's name. Just an estimate. Let's say, for instance, in Kiambu County, inatakini time inakaa namna gani?
To be realistic, don't overpromise a client that within 7 days we will have your title. No. We usually tell them at least within 14 to 30 days. Because, like for example, land board, they only sit once in a month.
Once in a month.
Yes, the board sits once in a month. So unless you already have the land board consent in place, then tell the client between 14 to 30 days. But if you don't have the land board in place, you need 30 days first to apply for that land board. 30 days. 30 days. So once they sit, the board sits, they usually give them a week or 2 weeks for them to write that consent. Okay. Already almost 2 months are over. So to be realistic, you need at least 90 days. And that's why most of the contracts, sale agreements, they usually indicate 90 days as the completion date. Okay. For you to be able to procure the land board consent and get any other documents you require to be able to transfer the property. Wow. Yes.
So you need at least 90 days for your title to be out under your name.
Yes.
Another question. Let's say, Gedai, I had my title deed. Something happened here and then I misplaced it. Is it possible for me to get my title back?
Yes, you can do something we call replacement of lost title. The law allows that. So all you need to do is just go and report in a police station, get an abstract, then go to a lawyer, get an affidavit that you have lost the title. Then we do a document we call indemnity. Indemnity. Yeah, you need to indemnify the registrar that if they give you a new title, you're not using the old title to do some fraud. You see? So we do an indemnity, and once we do the indemnity, then we'll do a process we call gazettement. You advertise. You need, when you look at the newspapers, at the back
page.
Yes, not the actual katikati, you'll see so many lost titles. Lost title. It's a requirement that you need to advertise. You advertise in the newspaper, and you advertise in the Kenyan Gazette. So you need to do all that process, but you'll get a new title. A replacement title.
Let's say, for instance, after I replaced my title, nikapata the one that was lost.
You're supposed to submit the previous one for cancellation.
For cancellation.
Yes, because now you've been reissued with a new title. So in fact, in the affidavit, you have stated that in the event I get the lost title, I will submit it to the registrar for cancellation.
Wow.
So you need to submit the old title, then they will cancel. Yes.
Wow. Due diligence. Most of the customers, due diligence. I need to know whether the title is legit. So, speaking of the title deed, what are the most important parts of the title deed? I understand it has several pages.
The title has only 4 pages. 4 pages, yes. The first page where it's written the title deed with the details of the person registered there. Most of the registrars usually put IDs and PO box and the registry down there. Like, remember, like this one now, there is a title deed. Of course, there is a law under which the title has been registered. The title deed, the title number, the acre range. There is even something called the map. The registry map sheet. It's written here, so that it helps. So that if you want to buy a map from the Survey of Kenya, you just need to use this registry map sheet and get a survey map. Then the name of the buyer plus the PO box. If it's an individual, there is even the ID number. Then of course the registry. And the seal. That's the first page. The second page contains the property. We call it the property section. The same details. The details of the property, when the card was opened, where is the land, the person number, and also the details of the person who is registered. So there's the property section and also the proprietor. The proprietor is the owner. So the owner details are also entered on the second page. Then the third page is if maybe someone has gone and taken a loan from a bank. It's called the encumbrance section. So all the loans you have taken, they are indicated here. If you go to any bank or SACCO, you take a loan, it will be indicated in this page. So that's how you know now whether the property has a loan or does not have a loan. But also you do your search. Yes. Then of course the last page just as the laws and just written title deed. So that's the part of a title deed. But of course, many people go and do fake titles.
I understand.
So even if you get a title, you need to go to the lands, you confirm the authenticity of that title, and you do your due diligence, you do your searches. Yes, and engage professionals. Professionals are able to tell you whether something is fake or not, because you know they are used to. They handle titles on a daily basis. That's their work. Yes.
That's good. Speaking of due diligence, what are some of the importance of doing due diligence before buying a land and maybe after buying a land?
Yes, in fact, we recommend that you make sure before even you pay anything, do your, we like first engage a surveyor. Because the land you're being sold, you need to know whether it is that title deed you're being given. You may be given a title deed for a different land. So we usually tell the purchasers to first get a surveyor, give them the copy of the title. Then that surveyor will get a map, and they will identify where that property is located. If it is where you're being shown, that's the first due diligence. Before even you engage anything else, because don't even waste your money on searches. The green card searches before you know that the property you're being sold iko pale. Unauziwa, you see. So once you do the due diligence by first the surveyor, then you come now to the lawyer. The lawyer now will do our searches, We even do the searches of the person who is selling to you to see whether that person also, the company, is it even existing?
Oh, yeah, sure,
you see?
Sure.
Yes. So we do our also due diligence, and even after the transfer, we recommend that you also do a search to see whether the property has been changed to your name.
To your name.
Yes. It is important to do due diligence because otherwise you lose your money.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, and you have worked for your money. Why would you want to lose your money?
Shata mimi siwezi taka.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So as we conclude, Madam Mercy, what are your last advice to that first time buyer? You know, pale kwa kampuni, you normally meet people who are first time buyers. Wako na uoga fulani hapo, like, am I going to get a legit land?
Yes.
So you find them calling every time.
Yes.
Is the title out? Is the title out? So what advice would you give to that viewer?
Okay, for the first time buyers, of course there's that fear everywhere for the first time buyer. But what I usually tell people, just engage the right professionals to do your work. Don't go to the brokers out there who are pretending to practice a law or to do survey. No, go to the professionals. Engage. If you're buying, it is better to pay that extra money to engage a professional so that your title can be legit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only thing. People don't want to spend money. And you know, you may lose the money you're investing just because you have refused to spend small amount to engage a professional. So for me, what I'll tell the new buyers, the new owners of land, please engage a professional. Get a lawyer, get a surveyor. They will assist you in the whole process of buying land. Yeah.
Kuna mtu aliniambia kabla tumalizie, upe that girl child outside there, who maybe looks up to you and says, one day I want to be like Dr. Mercy. So just few words to that girl anatuangalia pale. Mwambie utafanya nini? Kuna wasichana wanataka karibu wa give up na maisha.
No, for me, I'll tell people, don't give up. Even some, us, tumetoka Kichagi. I tell people, sisi tumelelewa huko mashinani. We went to those primary schools where people go with slippers and paper bags. So, don't give up. Everyone has a chance in life. Just stay focused. Stay focused and do not be diverted. Just stay focused, know what you want in life, and work to achieve what you want in life. All you need is just education. You don't need anything else. You do not need anything else. You just need education. And most of the foundations, I've even seen you guys, you offer support to the less fortunate.
Yeah, sure.
To the people who cannot even afford to pay school fees. I've seen Brickman is really assisting. And even us as a firm, we have foundations which we assist people to get education. Because for us, education is the most important. Yes, if you have education, you can change the society.
Education.
Yes.
Is the key.
It's the key.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where can you find your office?
We are at Parklands, Laxcon House, 7th.
Parklands, Laxcon House, 7th floor.
7th floor.
7th floor.
Limuru Road.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the one I was looking for.
Limuru Road.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nawe mtazamaji, thank you very much for watching our show. We will be meeting time and time as we discuss more important discussions like the one we had here. Thank you very much for your time. God bless you.